Please welcome Rodrigo Baggio.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to my beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro. I'm a social entrepreneur, and I'm very proud to be a social entrepreneur. And I started being a social entrepreneur in 1993. I was 23 years old. I was a businessman. I have a technology company, successful. And I began to project myself in 10 years. But I just saw myself richer, not happier, not more fulfilled. So I made a decision to transform and to change my life. And I began to meditate and reflect about the next step. And at the end of the year, I got the answer. And the answer comes through a dream. I was sleeping, literally, and I had a dream. And in my dream, I saw young, poor people using technology to understand themselves and understand their reality in their communities. And use that technology to transform themselves and their communities. In my vision, I saw everyone could be a change maker and use technology to accelerate that. So when I wake up in another day, I was so excited with this dream. I know I'm not a Martin Luther King, but I had my own dream. And with this vision, this inspiration, I decided to devote my life to change that dream in reality. And I started the first technology community center in the slum in Rio de Janeiro, Santa Marta slum, one of the most violent slums in Brazil in that moment. A self-sustainable and self-managed technology center was starting for the first time in 1995, and we inventing the field of digital inclusion in Latin America. And we started the first NGO about digital inclusion in Latin America, CDI, the Center for Digital Inclusion. And we start to replicate our CDI community centers. And now, we have 715 of our CDI community centers in 17 Brazilian states and 10 countries. More than 1.58 million people have been training in technology and civic engagement education through our CDI community centers. We won more than 60 international awards. And when we got an award, of course, we are happy during 1 week. But then the life comes again to normal. And the most important thing who make us fulfilled is see our CDI change makers. People from communities who have their life impacted and transformed through the good use of technology. And one important CDI change maker for me is Ronaldo Monteiro. Ronaldo was the man who invented kidnapping in Brazil. He was consultant in innovation in criminality for the most important drug dealers gang in Rio. He was doing 14 years in the prison. In the last prison, we met in the maximum security prison, and we decided to start a CDI community center in his prison. And he started to be our educator, and he changed completely his life. He began to be a role model in the prison. He began to be our coordinator there, and he left the prison for good behavior. And he started a CDI community center in his community. And he began to be a good leader in his community. And he began to train in technology more than 15,000 people in his community. And he decided, invited his friends, former prisoners, to learn technology, citizens' rights, and entrepreneur skills. And he helped 150 former prisoners start 150 micro-enterprises. Ronaldo now is a Shaka Fellow, and he's a great example about someone who have their life impacted through the good use of technology. What promote this kind of transformation is our CDI methodology, our 5 steps methodology. In all of our classes, we train people in different technology courses, and we train people in our 5 steps methodology. The first step is we stimulate our students understand better about their reality in their communities. The second step is they will choose together for a problem who they have passion. And then they will do a project, use technology to impact and transform this problem or this challenge. And then the step number 4, very important, go to action. We stimulate our students go to action, and we activate their entrepreneur attitudes. And then they evaluate the process. Let me give you an example. In one of our schools in São Paulo, the first day of class, 10 young people leave the CDI Community Center with smartphone, digital camera, and they interview the dwellers, they take pictures or video, and then they come back to CDI Community Center and share the videos and pictures. In that case, one youth take a picture about rats, about big rats, and all of these students decide use the rats as their big problem because the rats transmit disease. And they began to learn through internet about why that kind of rat is in our communities. And then, learning about internet, they realize about the real challenge is not the rat, but the fact of people not organize the garbage. So, learn about text editor. They began to produce flyers and folders and then distribute these flyers and folders and began to create awareness in the community to start to organize the garbage. Learn about PowerPoint. They did speech in the community. And do you know what was the result after 4 months? 100% of the community start to organize the garbage. And then the rats disappear. 10 young people using technology changed the awareness of all of their community using technology as a freedom tool. We, 5 years ago, we started CDI in London, in the UK. And the process to adapt our methodology to the UK reality was great. We began to training kids in schools in how to do codes, how to develop and prototype applications for a smartphone to do good. And it was really amazing. We gamify the process, and we select the best application from teams of kids in all of the country, and we invited the 20 best one for the annual award ceremony, the CDI Apps for Good Award. So teams of kids from all of the countries comes to London to pitching for their application. And last year, for example, girls twins won our prize. And now we have, in the UK, 250 CDI Apps for Good centers, impact the life of thousands of people in the UK. In 2015, our goal is scale up global, the CDI Apps for Good program, and it will be great impact the life of more people to the good use of coding and technology. This year, we decided adapt again our methodology in different way. We decided to invite 200 people, tech developers, designers, investors, entrepreneurs, community leaders, social entrepreneurs, to be, during 54 hours, in the first slum in Brazil, the Providence Hill. So we start a partnership with the Startup Weekend, and we create innovation, the Startup Weekend Change Makers. So during 54 hours, we start show the 4 biggest problems from the Rio de Janeiro slums. And we challenge all of these people to co-create social business using technology to impact and transforming these 4 biggest problems from the Rio slums. And it was amazing. First, because the media in Brazil comes and cover and spread the awareness about social business and the power to use technology to impact social problem. Then people who was there talking about they had a great transformation or impact in their life, being night and day during 54 hours inside the communities. And then we award 3 social business, and this social business operates now. In 2015, our vision is next March 2015, create in 20 countries, 20 startup weekends, change makers, to inspire people to use technology and social business to change reality and impact social problems. These 2 examples inspire us as a social entrepreneurs in the next stage of social entrepreneurs. And one person who I like a lot, and for me is one of the most important men in the world, is Bill Drayton, the Ashoka founder and the inventor of our field, the social entrepreneurs field. Bill Drayton's vision for the future of social entrepreneurs is what he called synapses entrepreneurs. So synapses entrepreneurs working, breaking down the walls between their organizations, and working in alliance, working in partnership to promote social impact in another levels of scalability. So be a synapse entrepreneurs is one important goal for us in CDI and in civil sector. And one of our visions when we're thinking about synapse entrepreneurs is a vision of a new society where the people in civil society become to be change makers. And in fact, there are a lot of people, thousands of social entrepreneurs devoting their life to transform their reality. In our vision, imagine companies change and become to be social business. And in fact, we have great examples like B System or B Lab, who promotes a new way for the corporations operate, or the conscious capitalisms. These new companies, the change makers companies, will recode the capitalism system. Imagine now politicians become to be change makers. Politicians become to work as civic entrepreneurs and use technology to create and reinventing our democracy, and use technology to have a new democracy with more ethics, transparency, and commitment with sustainability. Imagine now kids in the schools learning about how to dream and how to change dreams in reality. Imagine kids in the schools learn about how to be a change maker. This vision for us is really very powerful because we believe everyone could be a change maker and use technology to spread this. This vision to use technology to transforming lives and develop communities will change our society in a society with more freedom, in a society with more solidarity. This is what we call E-Topia. E-Topia. So I would like to invite all of you to be in this E-Topia movement and use technology to inspire people, be a change maker. Let's start now this E-Topia revolution with you. Thank you very much.